いし、制服は着替えたロケットの搭乗員。あやがち夢中だとたちも悪くはないみたいだし、目にした自由でなんか自分探し。怖い、こんにちは。こんにちは。怖い、こんにちは。こんにちは。怖い、こんにちは。
At the urging of her best friend Risa, Kaede decided to try out the virtual reality game New World Online, a title often compared to the Japanese version of Genshin. Upon entering the game, she faced the standard decision of choosing a class. Wanting to avoid harm, she created a shield-wielding character named Maple and allocated all her skill points into defense. While this left her with weak offensive capabilities and extremely low movement speed, her high defense became a unique advantage. She could gain new abilities and additional skill points simply by enduring enemy attacks. For instance, during an early encounter with a small marshmallow-like monster, the creature repeatedly headbutted her unyielding defense until it perished. Later, she gained further experience not by fighting, but by meditating, a game mechanic equivalent to sleeping, allowing her to passively defeat nearby enemies. Eventually, Maple realized her appearance needed an upgrade, prompting her to seek out Kuromu, another shield specialist, and Ise, a skilled crafter. Maple learned that obtaining the coveted Supreme Drip gear required a significant amount of in-game currency. To earn it, she ventured into a dungeon to confront a powerful poison dragon. With potions provided by Kuromu, she withstood the dragon's toxic assaults long enough to develop complete immunity to poison. In a surprising turn, she defeated the beast by consuming it, absorbing its abilities and acquiring a unique set of equipment. This victory reinforced the comparison to Genshin, as completing the dungeon rewarded her with defensive artifacts, much like domain clears in the referenced game. Ise's name, noted for clarity, was spelled I-Z. Maple then entered a Battle Royale event where she effortlessly repelled a lecherous player who targeted her due to her stylish appearance. She blocked his attack and swiftly defeated 3 more aggressors. When others challenged her, she summoned the Hydra she had previously defeated, securing 3rd place in the competition. The following day, Risa joined the game as Sally, a character built for evasion. Unlike Maple, Sally invested in agility, a practical choice that prevented the party from being entirely sluggish. The two ventured into a cave to gather materials for a new white shield. Sally discovered a hidden underwater passage behind a locked door, and they began visiting daily to help her improve her swimming. Eventually, she faced a large CGI fish monster, which she defeated through skill and agility, earning her own exclusive equipment set. While relaxing at a cafe, Maple and Sally enjoyed a visually appealing cake, though the narrator questioned how taste could be perceived in a digital world. Their conversation was interrupted by players Dread and Drag, ranked 2nd and 5th in the previous event, who informed them of a forest quest. Inside the forest, eerie ghosts frightened Sally, prompting the duo to flee into a nearby house. From the basement, they heard a pained voice. There, they found a man bound to a chair. Each time Sally healed him, his screams grew more unsettling, until he vanished, passing on into the afterlife. This event granted Sally a new ability, Super Speed. Afterward, they unwound at a hidden beach bathed in perpetual sunset. The next day, they ascended to level 2 to battle a deer boss. After Maple was knocked out, Sally claimed victory. Maple then received the white shield she had commissioned from Ise, though it would be the last time it was seen in action. Sally took her to a special area where they shared a starlit meal that temporarily altered their character appearances. With their strength renewed, they prepared for the next event, a party-based treasure hunt. At the start of the event, Maple and Sally discovered a hidden dungeon and defeated its boss, earning their first medals. They then traveled to the mountains where they encountered Kuromu's party, who allowed them to pass through a warp gate. Inside, they faced Silverwing, a powerful ice bird whose attacks overwhelmed Maple's defenses, breaking her shield and knocking her down. Despite the odds, the pair defeated the boss with barely any health remaining. In addition to metals and crafting materials, they found 2 monster eggs that later hatched into a turtle and a fox. The companions, named Syrup and Oboro for their overwhelming cuteness, quickly became beloved members of the team. Later, at a desert oasis, they were challenged by Kasumi, a samurai-like player whose speed rivaled Sally's, leaving Maple far behind. During their duel, all 3 fell into an underground dungeon and were bound by a cursed chain that would kill them all if any of them died. Working together, they navigated the dungeon, resolving conflicts like a dispute over a Mora coin using the finders keepers rule, they escaped, shared the loot, and continued their journey. Maple and Sally later met Kanade, a low-level mage skilled in puzzles. He provided a clue leading to an underwater squid boss, which Maple defeated by poisoning the entire sea. Her declaration, "We're gonna turn the Sea of Beautiful to the Sea of Death," delivered with a kawaii smile, raised questions about whether she was a hero or a villain. Game administrators, observing her actions, began to view her less as a player and more as a final boss in her own right. Sally then pursued the remaining medals through PvP, swiftly defeating several opponents under a red moon, though she found no loot. After gathering enough medals, the group hid in a cave with Kasumi. There, Maple used her abilities to enhance Syrup into a mobile flying fortress. Having earned the right to purchase a guild house, Maple and Sally acquired a home in the forest and founded the Maple Tree Guild, recruiting Kasumi, Kanade, Kuromu, and Iz. To prepare for an upcoming guild event, Maple invited two beginners, Yui and Mei, who had maxed out strength but remained extremely slow, serving as examples of poor stat allocation. Maple helped Yui and Mei repeatedly clear a dungeon until they could complete it quickly. For their achievement, they gained skills allowing them to dual-wield two-handed weapons, increase damage, and a level boost to 20. An NPC rewarded them with crystal hammers to further encourage their progress. Kanade solved a complex puzzle, upgrading his staff to store spells for instant casting without mana cost. Meanwhile, the newer members practiced dodging in close combat, limited by their low agility. Kuromu discovered a hidden dungeon where he battled undead enemies and earned a new stylish equipment set, earning respect beyond his earlier budget Maple reputation. Elsewhere, Kasumi hunted sheep for their coats when she received a distress message from Maple. The latter had learned a seemingly innocent skill called wool, until she soaked a sheep's coat in poison, trapping herself. After escaping, Maple took on a quest to help an NPC mother cure her daughter. The chain of failed solutions made the quest tedious, but completing it granted her the powerful, loving sacrifice ability, allowing her to share her defense with guild members. She ordered new white gear from Iz to match her newly acquired wings and blonde hair. Other guilds began monitoring Maple Tree in anticipation of the next event. During the third event, collecting bells from cow enemies, the guild worried about Maple's slow speed. Their fears were justified when she tripped while saving Syrup. However, she avoided fall damage using her shield's Devour ability. On the ground, she encountered a boss from a previous church visit. The enemy attacked and restrained her with chains, but Maple countered with her wool skill and summoned Syrup. The boss then consumed her, only to be eaten from within by Maple. This bizarre victory earned her a new transformation, a giant, deformed, cockroach-like monster. With this form, she led her guild into level 3. After learning about the area's machine lord from an NPC, Maple accidentally entered the Graveyard of Dreams and faced another boss. Though its base form was manageable, its empowered state was formidable. After defeating it, Maple gained the ability to transform into a machine god. The boss then entered its final, most powerful form. The two exchanged laser attacks, but Maple won because she screamed louder, a detail attributed to anime logic. The next day, Maple showed her guild their new secret weapon before heading to the beach. Only the less developed characters joined for leisure while others continued grinding. Sally noticed Frederica from the Order of the Holy Sword Guild observing them and issued a duel. In the arena, Frederica used barriers and elemental magic while Sally relied on agility and parrying. After evading all attacks, Sally won. Frederica, unaware that Sally's skills were improvised, left satisfied with what she had learned. The guild competition began. Each team had to steal orbs from the others while defending their own. Sally used stealth to acquire several. She briefly clashed with Dread, the rank 2 player, and managed to block his Godspeed attack by standing still, forcing him to retreat. She then stole an orb from a rival guild. With multiple orbs secured, Maple Tree used Maple's defense to hold their base. Meanwhile, the rank 1 player dominated the battlefield using only basic attacks, yet he remained wary of Maple Tree. His concern was justified. The guild was amassing orbs without slowing down. Sally and Kanade continued hunting while Kuromu prepared ambushes. Maple stayed behind with Mei and Yui to defend. When Sally was surrounded and overwhelmed, Maple rushed to her aid. Arriving like an angel of death, she transformed into her machine god form, soaring into the sky and obliterating enemies with overwhelming firepower. Realizing defeat, Frederica messaged Dredd to attack the base, now guarded only by May and Yui. Dredd defeated the two beginners, but Maple and Sally returned in time to stop him from stealing any orbs. Elsewhere, Kasumi faced a powerful opponent in a dramatic clash, transforming into a swift, white-haired warrior before Sally rested. Maple, May, and Yui launched an assault on the Flame Emperors, breaking through their traps and confronting Mii, Marcus, and Misery. The Flame Queen's team focused on eliminating the weaker members first, succeeding in driving them away. In the ensuing one-on-one, they kept Maple at bay with piercing attacks until her allies returned, giving her the opening she needed. When Mii ordered her men back, she trapped Maple in a prison of flame. In response, Maple activated her machine god form, defeating Misery and Marcus. As Mii attempted a self-destruct spell to take Maple with her, the attack failed, leaving the redhead frustrated. However, Maple discovered that the guild had smuggled an orb during the fight. With most other guilds eliminated, Maple Tree faced the elite members of Holy Sword, Pain, Dredd, Frederica, and Drag. Despite previous defeats, the Holy Sword team used superior coordination to push Maple Tree to the brink, with Pain dealing heavy damage to Maple. When Iz tried to intervene, she was defeated, confirming her role as a non-player character. Maple, protecting the beginners, was overwhelmed. The rest of the team was restrained, and the orb was guarded against a ninja-like opponent. At near zero health, Maple used a counterattack to reflect Pain's damage. When he resisted, she unleashed her Atrocity form, defeating him and the rest of Holy Sword. With all of their abilities revealed and Maple stuck in her cockroach form, the guild capitalized on the chaos. They allied with the Flame Emperors to eliminate remaining threats. Other guilds followed suit, unwilling to face a player capable of summoning 6 Godzilla-sized cockroaches. The event ended early, 2 days ahead of schedule, with Maple Tree securing 3rd place. The administrators, already having nerfed Maple, decided to leave her as is. Her unpredictable power had drawn in countless new players eager to challenge her. That evening, Maple invited members of Holy Sword and the Flame Emperors to a celebration, where they watched event highlights, most of which featured her and her guild. With that said, this is the end of Season 1 of Bofuri Anime Recap. Thanks for watching and being here until the end of the videos. Till next time, see you in the next video.
All on me.